Alright, welcome to another week of Ether Raids. We're taking on Shishuamo. I think I got it. And this is Astra season. We are going to be starting off with the Lucia team here because this is a interesting defense composition in the sense that there isn't really one specific lane to tackle at a time. I pretty much have to try to tank this somehow. I mean, you could probably hit and run if you had like a different team to like lock units in place, but I don't have anything like that set up for this week currently. So we're gonna try to tank this with Lucia here. Should be pretty straightforward as long as I avoid that plus Lair and Sanaki. Yeah, once we can get out of the way of those two, we should be fine. Sigurd is really the one that's driving me back from using any of my other teams. I could have used the Byleth squad, but I didn't like the melee matchups, so we're just not going to do that. Byleth would have won, but I'm not sure about Byleth versus that Alir. I'm not sure how that would have panned out, so yeah, we're going to use Lucia here. She should be okay against Leaf and Lif? Why I call him Leaf? Lif. And Oder here, plus 8 I think it was, or plus 10.
Very
yeah,
well.
plus 10 Oder. I just gotta get my ranges right so I can avoid the units that I don't want to tackle. I'm not quite sure how I'm gonna deal with that Alir yet, but we're gonna get rid of the ranged threats first and then figure it out from there. My other concern is the Blazing Wind on that Sonya in the back just chilling. Not quite sure how I'm going to deal with that. Also, I wonder if you could make a similar... Well, you probably could make a similar build with OG Sonya. It's probably just not going to put out any damage. Because power creep and all. Sonya here gets some damage from Ploy, and she also gets some stats from her A skill, so that probably helps her out a ton. Really love OG Sonya's arts. It's just that both the Resplendent and the original, it's just that she has fallen behind because of the creep. Maybe if you have one that's invested, she could probably do a lot of work, but I actually don't have a green unit that's like super maxed out or invested. I think the only one that I have is male Byleth, and yeah, we just can't use Byleth anymore. He's just not hitting the numbers that he used to. He needs like some true damage or something to be able to get through these modern tanks. He is just not able to do it anymore, which is crazy because he hits really hard. But yeah, that's power creep for you. I'm not gonna break these blocks yet because Lif does have the potential of coming down here, and I want to avoid the melee threats if I can for now. This team is really this team with Lucia here is really the team that has the most mix of range and melee, as opposed to the others, which are just either heavily melee or heavily ranged or just a save team. And then there's my Brave Marth team, which is pretty much just Brave Marth doing everything by himself. So it really just had to be this team because only 2 of the teams have no counter disrupt. So we're going with this one. And I just gotta see what Sanaki here does. The trap placements are gonna be a little bit challenging. Ooh, that's a bit more than I would have liked. But luckily we have the healing tower. As you can see there, the 7 HP healing sometimes just it's not enough, man. Like, really just not enough. I don't know what they're going to do to make it so that tanks can survive. The Rosado is a good swing in that direction. Also the Altina, but yeah, it really just comes down to their bulk just not being enough. These old tanks or these God Swords, they don't have enough bulk to survive hits from the modern nukes. Maybe they'll release a B skill that gives some type of true damage reduction, probably like a 15 or something. I feel like they really need that much to be able to survive hits from these modern nukes. It's just too much damage. They just, I mean, probably if you could, typically they get into like 70 health, and if you're taking off like half of that, in one combat, they're probably just not going to live the other combats to come. So that's one of the main reasons that Omni tanking is kind of like not in a good place right now. Just not enough bulk. And you can see the transition with the latest ones that they've put out in terms of the Altina and the new one, Rosado. Both of those have very high defense and res. Well, Altina has really high defenses and res, but Rosado, what he makes up for, he has very low res, but he makes up for it in the flat damage reduction as well as his overall tankiness. He's gonna pan out to be a lot similar to Spring Maria, and we all know how terrifying Spring Maria was. So hopefully they go in that direction more. But I'm really just looking for some type of skill that gives more of the true damage. 7 is not enough because, as you can see, we're taking 7 damage. We're taking 14 to 21 chip damage at pretty much most combats these days. So I don't know what we're gonna do to like bring back the age of Omni tanking. But yeah, not for me to really worry about. Just gonna play the game as I can survive here and just try to make it out of this. Should be okay. As long as we can avoid this and not. Ooh. That's a fat finger moment. I was actually not looking to place my unit there. Ratata there. I didn't actually mean to place her there.
I will go.
And I can't move her. Well, this sucks. So basically I lose because Sanaki's gonna kill Ratatouille here. No two ways about it. And I had everything pretty much set up too. Man. How much is this gonna be? Maybe she just lives it somehow. I don't know. Oh no, she's not living 75. Alright, well, that's that. Mistakes were made. Mistakes were indeed made. Yeah. That indeed sucks. I think I would have gotten through this. The only other challenge would have been the pot placements. The trap placements and trying to get over the traps, but as you can see there, Lucia would have been enough to clear the majority of this. That indeed sucks. We're gonna have to play another one here, which is fine. I mean, this is just the first match for the week. We got all our ladders.
Why not?
Oh, Flamera gets this because she's bonus. That's cool. Alright, well, here's our second attempt for the day. We're gonna go with the Marth squad here because Marth never lets you down unless it's something with flash or no counter disrupt. And we don't have any of that here. As I said, it's always a good idea to just bring Elamine on at least one of your teams. You never know when she still does something. Don't forget Elamine. Don't forget Saint Elamine. She still does something. She has a role that she fills, and not everyone is running Freyr. So yeah, this is one of those opportunities to get some usage out of her, and we're gonna send Marth up there to do Marth stuff. 2 dancers here, so I'm imagining at least one of these dancers are gonna dance. This is a very nice dragon there. It's a forgotten, Spring Mer is really a forgotten unit. It's gonna be interesting to see what type of refine they give her. They'll probably double down on her bulkiness, which is bad because she's probably just gonna die. I feel like every dragon that they've done that to, double down on bulk, or pretty much every unit that they've went with the majority of the units that they went with some type of defensive build, typically end up not lasting very long. They probably just like a couple of months at least until the new nukes come out and just absolutely destroy them. So I don't know, but yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what refine. I think I have a copy in my barracks, just laying around chilling because there's really nothing that I can do with her. She's not even good enough for resonance battles because melee unit. Yeah, and 2 movement. You really want to be aggressive with resonant battles because the little thieves are trying to run away, so you want to move around the map as quickly as possible. But yeah, One of the dancers should dance someone here, probably Mirabilis, since Peony is suiciding here. I still haven't figured out what I want to do with my Peony yet. I got dual Peony, and I'm probably going to give her some skills, but I'm not sure which skills I should fodder to her just yet. So I'm holding off just a little bit, because she is really, really good. And that dual skill, I really want to do something with it. Probably Summoner Duels related, but she's not like the most powerful. I don't know. I'll see what I end up doing, or we'll see what I end up doing. I don't know. But yeah, this is what I mean about dragons just not being in a good place. Also, the reason why I brought Naga as my bonus unit, well, as one of the units on some of my other teams this week, because she gives that dragon effective damage, and I'm expecting to see a lot of Murs, because Murs bonus, and I think she's pretty good in terms of an armor. She can actually wall out a couple of hits from Winter Edelgard, which is a good thing if you're looking for just something to counter Winter Edelgard during the next 2 weeks. I think, yeah. So there's that. Plus she gives the Warp Bubble effect, which is pretty nice as well. So yeah, I brought my Naga just to counter that, if even by a little bit. And then what season? It's fire season, so there's probably going to be a ton of Malirs. We've already seen one, so you definitely would need some type of dragon effectiveness to help you out. But this was a quick match. We're going to play one more. First win of the week. Let's go to the other one. Alright, so this is our second match for the day. This one is a Cav line here against Char with an E. We're going to use the Marth team again here because there's no Hardy Berry. There is, however, Flash on Ganungagap, but we're going to, again, man, as I said, Elamine comes in handy sometimes. We're going to false start this Ganungagap, and that is going to allow us to be able to counterattack whoever we want. I think Ganungagap has the Flash in her B skill, if I'm not mistaken, because the weapon is an inheritable weapon. So I don't believe they would have put Flash on that. I'm pretty sure it's in her B skill, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, there it is. And so yeah, we're just gonna send Marth into the danger zone, and he will do his Marth shenanigans, and that's pretty much gonna be that. He's gonna take out everyone here. He's just so good, man. Like literally, just one of the probably the best God Sword. Like, who's better than Brave Marth as a God Sword currently? I don't know, man. He's up there. He's very, very good, and he's gonna, as I mentioned, sweep here. Yeah, really not much else for me to say. I'm just gonna set this up so that he can do his job. This would have been pretty hard for Edelgard. Well, I guess once you get around Gatekeeper and you smite up, you can take care of whatever is here. I'm thinking of bringing Winter Dimitri over to Astra Anima season, just because, well, I already have all the Edelgards over in Light season, and I don't really have a spot for Dimitri over there. So I was figuring maybe this would be the best place to put him. Winter Dimitri, I mean. But my team slots are also kind of full, so I don't know. I don't know what to do with this Dimitri. He's very good. It's just yeah, he's I have so many good units, and yeah, I don't know, man. I'm gonna figure it out. Aside from that, I finished pulling on the banner, and I got Ivy from the Spark. I might go one more. I mean, just because it's always good to pick up the new units. I'm not, or then again, I might just skip it entirely because I'm really not like too heavy on the Hortensia. And Rosada's going to be in the regular pool, and I'll pick up copies of the infantry sword along the way. I've already gotten like 3 5-star copies of him just from pulling on the banner. Apparently, he wants to be a plus 10 project, so that is what's going to happen there. I'm going to build Kigetsu. Not sure what sword to give him, but I'm going to do that. And then, I don't know, just have him to chill around, I guess. But yeah, the only reason I'd go back in on the banner is to pick up probably like one more copy of Ivy, hopefully, just so I can have the free attuned fodder in the event that I need it, because I did give her Desperation 4, and that skill is so good, like really, really good, and it really impacts how well Ivy plays. Or at least this Ivy plays. Probably could give it to Summer Ivy as well. I think that might be a good idea. I also picked up a copy of Summer Ivy from the other banner that's currently out, because I do want as much guidance fodder as I possibly can have. I don't know if I'm going to fodder her or keep her around as a green range flyer. I don't have a lot of options in that category. I do have ranged calves and stuff, but I don't have a lot of strong green range flyers.
I understand.
So there's that. I do want to somehow bring back legendary Brave Micaiah,
I'll do it.
but I think the only thing that's holding her back is DR piercing. So if there's ever some type of DR piercing for flyers, well, I mean, there is Camilla, but I don't want to depend on Camilla all the time, and that's 2 green units on a team. I want something specifically for Flying Micaiah so that she can do her best. But that's a whole another topic. But yeah, got a lot of new units that I wanted. There was the... I got a copy of Bridal Flavia. I got a copy of another copy of Dual Mark, but I'm gonna fodder that for Canto Control because that's such a prime skill. I think that's like one of the rarest skill in the game. Even though it's in the regular pool, it's just so hard to get Canto Control fodder. So I'm gonna hold on to that for a unit that I want to put that on. And then what else? What else? Is there anything else that I'm missing?
Have faith.
Yeah, I wanted to use Altina this week, but I don't want to, like, whenever I bless a unit for light season, I kind of just let them stay there because I have way more Astra Anima blessings than light blessings. So yeah, I'm probably not going to move her from light season. So that's going to have to stay that way, unfortunately. And then I was thinking of maybe using Myrrh as a far save, but I don't see the reason why. I don't know, man. She's really good, but I have Byleth already, and Byleth has no counter disrupt. So yeah.
Yes?
And then if I need like someone to stop warping, I have Ratatosker here to fill that role, who is actually sticking around because
Victory is ours.
that specific role, that warp inhibitor, it's actually it feels worth it. So I'm just gonna keep Ratatosker around specifically for that, even though her bonus season is over. I feel like I'm gonna keep her around. The only mythic that I would swap her out for would have been Naga. But yeah, I'm just gonna leave it like this for now. GG's, that's it for today. See you in the next one.